Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Associated Guest. Hold on. I am your host, Alfie Animus, here at the Bear in Mind channel. And today, I know I've been hovering around Crowder a lot lately, but he's been covering a lot of really great, interesting, informative, or just downright fucking funny topics lately. So, I mean, here we are. Why is that there? Fuck it. But anyway, first and foremost, we'll get into the second most famous amputee shooter.
I mean, probably the death penalty.
They should do hanging.
Yes. The next segment is going to seem really distasteful until you understand that the disabled person in question allegedly killed a guy in cold blood. So it makes it okay to laugh at all the other nubbling going on. There's no good way to
100%.
explain the story, so I'll let this clip say it all.
A quadruple amputee and professional cornhole player is waking up behind bars, accused of...
That is the worst name for anything. I didn't know this was a thing until my first deployment. And I refused to play it.
First-degree murder. Police say Dayton Weber, pictured here, shot and killed his friend, 27-year-old Bradrick
Looks like
Wells
Sydney Sweeney
in
playing the
Charles County on
boxer.
Sunday night.
It really does.
Investigators say Weber was driving when he got into an argument with...
This guy was driving a quadruple amputee. That means no arms and no legs. Was driving. I want to see how that happened. Let me just say, kids, follow your dreams. If you don't have any arms, if this dude can have no arms and legs, and do the rest of this stuff that they're about to describe, you can do anything. Just set your mind to it.
Wells, who was in the front passenger seat before allegedly shooting him. Investigators say two other people were in the back seat. Detectives say when they refused to help him dispose of the body, Weber...
I just want to say to all my friends, I love you. I don't like riding in the car with a lot of you, and you have both your arms and legs.
Drove off and then dumped the body in a wooded area along Newport Church Road. Police arrested Weber yesterday morning at a hospital in Charlottesville where he was being treated.
For what?
So many
He rolled down a hill
questions.
after he
First
buried the
off,
body.
I love the fact that the phrase was spoken on an actual newscast. Quadruple amputee and national cornhole champion.
This guy's doing all kinds of impressive things.
That's enough right there.
Also, at what point do you still have to say alleged? There were three people in the car.
Other than him.
there were
And they
him,
gave
the guy he killed, who apparently was arguing with him. Learning, like there's a lesson here,
There is,
teaching
yes.
moment. Don't antagonize a quadruple amputee when he's behind the wheel. I don't even know how that works. Like a captain probably has a ball bearing, puts his nub in, like a captain's wheel.
Yeah, how does that?
He has a brick.
Yeah, that's how he does the gas
cinder
pedal.
block. I assume that somewhere along the drive he goes, wee!
Yeah, when you see that kind of, you know that person, you got to know they're capable of driving and also operating a firearm.
Yes, and when you
Yes.
see a quadruple
You have to watch yourself.
amputee driving, it's safe to assume he has lived a full life.
Yeah.
Like you
He's ready to die. at
don't
any moment.
argue with him. He shouldn't be distracted. Also, you probably shouldn't be in that car.
Yes.
Then he hit
Yeah.
the body. Like,
Well, he asked his friends to help him hide the body, and they were like,
no.
They're like,
he
no.
asked, "Do you want a piece of this?" And they're like, "No, we're good. We're gonna walk away from you because you can't."
everything myself.
Pretty much.
Friend.
We let you drive.
Yeah. I'm sure he insisted on driving.
It's obviously horrible, tragic, very sad.
Right, yeah.
Anytime someone is killed. But here's the thing. I don't want you to face the same fate.
Yeah, thank you.
So
How does he get
I'm going
in?
to let you know the good news is in defending against a quadruple amputee, a firearm homicide, in most instances, not all, there are always exceptions, it's
What if what they were arguing about is if he could shoot a gun? Like he had never seen him shoot a gun before, even though we're about to see video of such things. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I bet I could." I don't know why I'm giving him that voice, but
Surprisingly easy to do. How do you defend against a quadruple amputee firearm homicide, you may ask? Well, we have an instructional.
Go! Come on! Let me go! Let me go!
what the fuck?
Like an old chair.
I gotta say, this is the best one yet.
Now, there are different ways to skin a cat. You could perhaps choose, some kind of a ditch or a steep decline. The primary
Water.
technique, yeah.
Anything, really.
No, we're going to show you a montage. I bet you throw this guy in the water and he would have like a perfect water polo egg beater. Huh? Thought you saw the last of old Pepsi!
Yeah.
Bob.
Here I come. By the way, I never want to fly with you and die in a plane crash because it will be Steven Crowder and others die. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine being this guy? Nobody's gonna know who you are. It's just an amputee did what? Right.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he would want anybody to know this happened to him.
Do you think?
Damn.
Like in his will, it probably says, "Hey, if I'm ever killed by a quadruple amputee, please don't tell people it was me."
Do you think when they lower his casket, they're gonna cover it in cornhole bags?
The other guy is the cornhole player, so
They might have both been cornhole players.
that could be.
No, I meant when
Apparently they
this
were all
guy
friends.
dies. Because if this guy did it, he deserves, probably the death penalty.
They should do hanging.
Yes.
Drawn.
I gotta say, good on Gerald. That was the first time Gerald's ever making me laugh. So, awesome. They should do hanging.
Give him the guillotine. Let him lose one more limb.
Put him on the stretcher. Joke's on you!
His poor balls.
By the way, also, Noodles, the heaviest human being I have ever lifted in my life. He's so dense. I had
all
no
center
idea.
mass.
It's like a 120-pound barbell, spread out. That's nothing. You want a 120-pound kettlebell heavy. He was like, just so you know, like, I'm heavier than you would think. I think he said 200 pounds. Like, yeah, sure. I'll lift Gerald up, my dad up. It was like I was glued, like I was magnetized, like I had magnetic boots into the cement. I was like, oh my God. And they said, it kind of looked like he had legs. You want to do another take? I'm like, no, I don't. I'm going to have to warm up for a second take.
It's that midnight hammer. He has extra gravity.
It's like, yes, it is a Civil War cannonball with an appendage. You guys think?
There you go.
Later on, you know what? We'll see. I'll let you guys take a try at it. Noodles said he's fine with it. It's
He did?
I'm telling you, that guy's got to be. Noodles is. I don't want to mess with him because he can just pull the pan like the fat kid, fold his legs up and bang. All right.
It's a legitimate strategy.
It is, yes.
So
I
legitimate
don't see what, hey,
strategy.
what's the point? Cultural, political? There's none. This is just
isn't,
funny.
yeah.
So here is the footage of the quadruple amputee. Like, he's surprisingly capable. In other words, the guy arguing with him, horrible tragedy. This couldn't have come as a complete surprise, considering the spectrum of Nubs's hobbies.
What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how I
This dude killed somebody.
bring back my crossbow. 10-point Nitro XRT. Beautiful bow. It works great.
God, thank you for sunshine. Thank you for rain.
Go take a look at these 10-point crossbows. Easy to use. You don't even need hands.
You don't even need heads.
I love, like, this sucks so bad because this dude seems like he's got a good disposition, or at least I'll put him above most folk just because, well, I would have before the murder, but he can be born this way and make the most of it. I mean, that's not nothing.
He really leaned into it.
He did.
And tilted.
Like that second shot a little better, don't you?
It's okay. He killed a man, allegedly. It's okay to laugh, guys.
It is.
Like, this is hilarious looking, but at the same time, like, this dude is off the chain. Like, I've got 2 legs and 2 arms, and I find it hard to get off the couch sometimes. This dude has hobbies that involve climbing ladders and shit.
Please, someone just tips that ladder. And by the way, there's no way
Oh,
you
shit,
can
is
be
this the
that
lead up?
accurate with this gun.
I mean, kill the
No.
man.
Free!
What's he using?
I know. By the way, I noticed he's not hitting steel. That's just like shoot in the general
but
direction.
he might be shooting at steel.
Yes, he
but
might
he's not
be.
hitting it.
Guys, he successfully killed a man allegedly. I don't
I mean,
think
he
his
was-
marksmanship is the problem.
It took
He
two
was-
bullets.
Like a foot away.
Yeah, he was, exactly. He was. He was 4.5 knees. length.
If you see him getting his gun out, do
Billy the
not
Kid.
whip it.
Billy the Kid. What was that on the soundboard?
In the court affidavit.
It's perfect.
Okay, guys. If I go out in a surprisingly hilarious way, please find solace in the fact that if I were in this situation, of course, horrible, and tell my family I love them. Just know the last thoughts going through my mind would be, "This is pretty funny." I would so aside from being a great shot and avid bow hunter, he is a cornholing world champion.
This is where I practice my cornhole. Cornhole is.
Don't say that, because you're gonna be practicing it a lot pretty soon.
8 years old, throwing the backyard.
Since I
with
was
my
same
parents,
tall.
friends and stuff.
All those
He
reps.
walks
Since
like
I was
Cousin
so
Ed.
tall.
In 2020, he was crowned the best player in Maryland.
Ugh. How bad is
But
it to
for
lose to
anyone
that
who's
guy?
ever tossed a beanbag, the American Cornhole League is the premier destination. The show.
I knew I was gonna have a career at this game when I was.
See, he looks like a lesbian. I'm so sorry. I couldn't, even if it was better named, I couldn't do this league because they're so close together. I'd probably throw it at the wrong platform.
Going to the.
Why does he look like a lesbian sometimes?
It's not just me.
My calling. This is where I can exceed. I know I can become pro in this sport.
In 2021, 6 years after
Bro. Oh, no. And he took that shit upstairs.
Kill the guy. It's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
ACL.
Perfect.
I was shocked.
Yo, those things are perfectly sized, I'll say.
In this video.
I know. Or is he taking
If
the
you
video?
put your mind to it, that anything is possible.
That would suck if
Like I
he was the
said,
one dude behind the camera.
Wait.
It would have been a feel-good story, Steven.
What happened to those hover things? I feel like I should get one.
No, you
The
should.
debate that I'm doing at UPenn in April, I should just come out that way. Like,
shouldn't.
yes, Professor? Right at his podium? Oh, that's your line of argument.
I will say I used to have a coworker, and I never understood like the connection between her and her boyfriend or her husband. I mean, and then I saw them together one time. She brought one of those whatever the fuck hoverboards. They're not hoverboards. I refuse to call them that. And I won't call them the swag thing either. But one of those, she was just, going around where we worked at, and her husband walked in, and he did the he held his hand up like he was bringing her in with the force, and it was the cutest thing ever. She just went oh, and then she arced her back to the point where it looked like he was dragging her in, and perfectly landed her throat in his hand. It was the coolest It was adorable, and at that moment, I was just like, "Oh, these two are fucking perfect for each other."
How do you debate that?
Interesting. So really good at the cornhole. By the way, the American Cornhole League, that's the dream.
That's the place to be.
That's the dream.
The ACL.
Do you think his head just got too big for his torso, and he just he was like, "I'm world champion. You can't tell me nothing." Bang bang.
It's your worst nightmare.
It's your worst nightmare.
You don't cornhole as well as I do.
And you've been talking
and he's driving.
Oh my god.
So really good at cornholing, really good at shooting, or he can do it. No surprise here. Not
I love
great
this
at
show.
sledding.
This is-
Just wait for the end.
oh no.
Y'all better videos.
Yeah, I'm recording everything you do.
And that's where he lost the tooth.
They still uploaded that.
They did.
This is before he killed somebody. My point is, if we had someone like that in the office working, and this was before he allegedly killed somebody,
Right.
I would go to great lengths to avoid the optics of slamming him into a tree.
No, he did it to himself, and listen, he's been through worse.
So, allegedly, here's what happened. He shot the passenger while he was driving. He tried to demand that the two backseat passengers remove the body like a tiny tyrant. They refused.
You guys gotta help me.
It's a lesson.
You killed Tim.
He's easy to outrun. Just run.
Just make sure he doesn't have a hoverboard.
He dumped the body in was it Charles Company, Maryland? Charles County, sorry, Maryland. Usually company, but I'm not going to be honest. I didn't do a ton of research.
I'm not
on the
going to be
details
honest
with this story. I was quite distracted by the quadruple amputee cornholing.
I understand.
Then he drove to Charlottesville. Was
Imagine
arrested
that.
at the hospital.
Little tiki
yes,
guy.
that's Charlottesville.
You can't hold a tiki torch, dude.
What if he was there? What if they had him in like a little wheelbarrow?
They will not replace us. Shot the passenger. Oh, you're still here watching this.
It would be funny if he was like a little Charlottesville racist and they finally got him replacement limbs and they were all black. Anyway.
On YouTube, there's no more.
So all this got me thinking and reminiscing about this.
But I feel like if you run for a motherfucking living and you lose both of your motherfucking legs, you should be allowed to sit this motherfucker out. You have done everything there was for you to do. And sign up first for you. And you know motherfuckers fucking with him, do what happened. This motherfucker not only started running, this motherfucker started winning. And you know a hater can't stand a goddamn winner. And the last place you want to be in a motherfucking foot race is behind the motherfucker with no goddamn foots. That's the last. I bet that motherfucker was mad as shit.
And this is the story of Oscar Pistorius. So, middle of the night, his girlfriend gets into bed, but apparently, so he goes to set a fan up, hears something, waddles into the bathroom, shoots, doesn't say, "Hey, babe," like this, inside, like okay. So when I first heard about this story, I heard it differently. I heard that she had trapped him in the bathroom. She had stolen his legs. And it might still be true. I did a quick search this morning and I couldn't find anything. Really, as far as the details go. But this seems to be the most accepted. He waddled in. Now, mind you, he's got up to like half calf as far as his legs go. And then he's got little bent back paperclip feet. But apparently he hobbled in and shot
He fired 4 shots at the toilet room door. He screamed
into the bathroom.
again, but there was no response.
And it's like, oh shit, was my girlfriend laying next to me when I got out of bed?
He reached the bedroom and found Steenkamp was not in bed.
He goes back, he's like, oh.
Returned to the bathroom and called Steenkamp.
He
tried to enter the toilet room, but it had been locked.
And it's locked. Who would come in and lock themselves in your bathroom? Baby! Oh, damn. He went and put his foots on. You can see the little seams here.
The lights were switched
I don't know why he's kicking it.
He then grabbed a cricket bat from the bedroom and smashed the toilet door.
Is that a...
The panel broke off, and Pistorius found a key on the floor.
Yeah.
He used it
She went out like Elvis. This damn tragedy.
Over on the toilet. Pistorius carried his girlfriend out of the bathroom and phoned property manager Johann Stander to call an ambulance.
It's damn tragic. Okay, this fan's a lot smaller than this one. Why he keeps a fan outside, I will never know. Okay. Why he keeps a gun under his pillow, I'll never know.
As he entered the bathroom, Pistorius noticed the window was open and heard a noise from inside the toilet room. He fired 4 shots through the toilet door. He then shouted for Steam Camp to call police. She did not respond.
Babe, call the police.
And he moved backwards out of the bathroom, keeping his
It's like,
face
what?
to the
Huh?
bathroom entrance.
Baby. Baby.
Returning to the bedroom,
Oh, shit. She had the middle of the night poops. Yeah, she ain't there.
he put on his prosthetic legs and turned on the lights. Pistorius used the cricket bat to break open the toilet door. Steam Camp was slumped over but alive. He carried
All right, this one had her down with a little more dignity.
Pistorius said she died in his arms.
And it's horrible, but this is the most famous amputee killer. I know that's terrible. But I know that's terrible. The hell? Oh. The hell? Oh. My bad. I accidentally got back on my page there. But anyway, continuing on to Miss Rachel.
Changed
What a
my
piece of
mind.
shit.
I am political.
Of Miss Rachel. Okay. Really wanted to touch on this because there have been a lot of which one sticks out to you? A lot of controversies with Miss Rachel, and she kind of goes away, flies under the radar, and then reveals herself to be who she actually is again. Then it goes away. If you are having your children, or if you are allowing them, you're sitting them down in front of Mrs. Rachel. If you're a conservative, God-fearing American, you are doing your children a disservice. You guys can let me know if you disagree. I'll lay out the case. So, Miss Rachel, a few different controversies. Most recently, she's anti-ICE, pro-open borders. She, of course, embraces LGBTQAIP for all ages. She basically all but endorsed Mom Donnie, also supported the idea of increasing child care, or how much you want to bet they're going to be showing those kids Miss Rachel, and naturally supports Palestine, Hamas, and doesn't like the Jews in general. This is what you've seen, what you've caught. If you believe that art is a reflection of the artist, then you'd have to go through the whole catalog to probably get the picture. Oh, this is what my children are watching. So if it's Mrs. Rachel, keep your kids away.
Hi, friends.
Children from Miss Rachel. Just what the hell
What is a potty?
is this strange girl guy?
They put their poop and pee in it.
Really want to ask her why there's no border allowed.
People like this creep me the hell out. I don't care. Like, look, I love Pee Wee Herman growing up, mostly that first movie. I love Mr. Rogers. I never really watched him all that much, but he seemed like a generally good dude. But other than that, most people from kid shows creep me the hell out. Especially ones that remind me of religious cultists like Miss Rachel. But she's not religious cultist. She's a leftist cultist.
Turn her off and say goodbye.
In between bottoms.
They may not hate Jews.
Oh my god, I thought I deleted that.
And I believe it was Mom Donnie or someone on the left who said, yeah, if conservatives come for Miss Rachel, well, then they got another thing coming. Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for Miss Rachel, what a piece of sh**.
Here we go.
Let's go through the issues one by one here.
Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Miss.
It's Miss. I gave her too much credit.
I figured.
It's Miss. It'll be Miss.
She
for a
didn't get an
while.
MR to go with that.
She is obviously pro-open borders. Check all the references. By the way, we stream 11 a.m. Eastern every day, weekdays, if you're watching a clip here. She was campaigning to close the ICE facility in Dilley, Texas, which is even worse when you understand that there have been terrorist assassination attempts at multiple ICE facilities in Texas. And she urged, of course, people to join her crusade against any type of immigration enforcement.
Which is more important, a child's life, a person's life, or backlash? I just urge everyone, especially those with huge platforms and privilege, to
Like you have
to speak out, to use your voice, because
there's already too much of that, and even celebrities are starting to recognize that no one cares about you. And then the famous words of someone who I don't really care for, I believe it was Ingram. I don't know the rest of her name. Shut up and do your job. You're an actor, you're a TV personality, actress, whatever, singer. No one cares. I mean, a lot of people do, but those people are sheep. They're the kind of people who don't just listen to Taylor Swift. They call themselves Swifties. These are very sad people. Not just the Taylor Swift ones, but anyone. Juggalos. Sorry if I have juggalos in the audience. You're in the same category as Swifties to me. It's. I'm sorry.
when more and more people say this is wrong, it becomes not controversial.
Yes, a child educator who wants to do away with a department that is most actively deporting or arresting child sex predators. But I'd say you're obtuse, so it'd be an insult to people who are obtuse. Miss Rachel, what a piece of shit. Thanks, Billy. She also went on to state that, no, you know what? I'm not hiding from this. I am political.
Some people might hear what you're saying and view this kind of advocacy as political. How do you see it?
I've been thinking about this a lot, Mike, and I've changed my mind. I am political.
I'm sure in her mind she saw this as the end of the first Iron Man movie. I am Iron Man. And I'm sure her pathetic fans, the adult ones, because I'm sure it is mostly adult fans.
And it's political to believe that children are worthy of love and care, and that every child is equal, and that our care shouldn't stop at what we look like, our family.
That's not political.
At our religion, at a border.
Oh my God.
Okay, and I know that word salad sounds like something that's compassionate, but you notice what she didn't say, and I don't see her focus on this a lot, because this would be patriarchy, this would be traditional Western values, which of course we wouldn't want to maintain here. Hey, actually, it's your actions that define you. She'll say it's not, it doesn't change with borders or what. Hey, how about you tell us what does matter and what does define children? People who think this is nice because it's compassionate, no, she's consistently focusing on the wrong thing and teaching your children the wrong message, and these controversies are just the one that you've caught. What a piece of shit. Also, her sidekick, who we'll get to with the gays, Jules, weighed in on Ice as well. It's creatively lazy and very gay.
Me personally, I don't care about the orientation bit. It's the messaging that kills me.
How do you explain to a 5-year-old that they're going away?
It's like Matchbox Leslie.
This home and the school that they go to every day. Taken from the school, taken from their homes, taken from their siblings, and the life they've always known. Taken by the men who pretend to be the good guys. It's why we protest ICE.
Go eat your muffin, you're retarded. All right. Everything about that is off-putting. Take them from their home. Take them from
including his little ad-lib there. Wasn't a great ad-lib.
Okay, we haven't taken children from their home. I went on an ICE ride-along. You can click the link in the description. First person was MS-13. Second person was a child pornographer.
And they were her kids.
They were her own children.
Yep.
Oh,
But they
gross.
should stay with her.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. We had to follow the woman. She dropped her children off at a grade school between alleged pornographic pictures, and people would then cover this in the news if not for the documented footage. Woman separated from her children. You want to make children less safe because they never actually offer any solutions, just feelings. That also is a bad message for your children. Sidekick Jules, also a huge piece of shit. Which brings us to the next issue. So we have borders, ICE, okay? Miss Rachel, you probably noticed this, but it's actually far more subversive because it's a more regular occurrence than most parents probably realize. Don't have your kids watching this.
No.
Musical numbers. She has her sidekick, who's LGBTQAIP and very untalented, Jules.
Here we go. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out.
Oh my God.
Came the sun and dried up all the rain.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. When you look at Miss Rachel, a lot of you probably watch this stuff on YouTube. They do have links, and they promote their social media. So it's not like this is very far for your children to go and watch all of the other content, to be clear. And these are people who came up with new media. So it's not like an actor who has a personal opinion was asked in Vanity Fair or something like that. The messaging is follow us, absorb every...
And don't get me wrong. I've never really liked any of the shows made just for kids, except for maybe Muppets and Sesame Street in the 80s and 90s. But I've understood some of them, like Dora the Explorer and Ni Hao Kai Lan. Makes sense. It's entertaining. It's a little bit of adventure, and you're also learning. Go Diego Go. But like, I grew up with like Barney was the big one when I was little, and well, that was right after I was little when my nephew was little, and then God, Teletubbies. It kept getting worse and worse. And then it went from being educational to indoctrinal. And it's just getting worse. Like, yes, be kind to everyone, of course. But it comes a point, especially when you go younger and younger. Like, I've never understood sex education being so young, like prepubescent. Like, I understand everyone hits it at the same time, as far as puberty. Everyone hits puberty at the same time, but I've never understood why you go younger and younger. One, you should not trust a stranger to teach your kids things about life itself. You should teach them how to balance a checkbook, or a bank account, rather, because checkbooks don't exist anymore. You should teach them all these things. It shouldn't be for the schools. Like math and all that stuff that you were probably never really good at, sure. But everything else, but then again, I'm sure people in good families did.
Everything that we can give, your little minds are sponges, and then you go to these other profiles. Well, this LGBTQAIP sidekick, talentless co-host, is very open about her views and affiliations.
Today is my 2-year anniversary for top surgery. Yay!
Jules sings for littles.
And you're like, wait, what?
Mommy, what's
Jules
top
is
surgery?
Trans and non-binary and queer and all these other labels that I didn't know. Don't click off. Don't stop the video. We are at a point in our nation where trans people like myself are being stripped of their rights and their humanity.
No, they're not.
Want you to know that you're not alone. Since, being denied the X on my passport, I decided I'm just gonna lean in.
Good for you. I'm so happy for that for you.
Did you see the screen name? Jules Sings for Littles?
Yeah,
it's gross.
Why are we
Jules
letting
sings
these
for
people
littles.
around kids?
Yeah. Why? Hey, kids, great. I'll show you this clip. Happy Pride Month. Here's my sidekick on social media. Yay! Top surgery. Mom, what's that? It's where you cut off your breasts, sweetheart. Do they grow back? No. Well, but she says it's okay for me to do that. It never would be. Let me ask you this. Before the year 2015, just picking a general year, when will your children ever be introduced to the idea of cutting off their breasts?
Right.
Even the gay community, before it was GTQ and the silent F, they said, well, of course, no one's coming for your kids. Children, they should be allowed to have childhoods and develop. Well, not anymore. Here she is saying, Happy Pride Month, and be sure to give us a follow.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are. To those who are going to comment they can't watch the show anymore because of the support, no worries and much love your way. God bless. I am not chasing fame or views. I'm standing strong in love.
Oh my God.
And this is one of those things too that sounds really.
And this is one of the things. Look, especially corporations, especially companies, these people don't care about anything except for the profit. And I've never understood how, like, as liberals, we used to be against big pharma, and then COVID happened, and it became a political issue, and then all of a sudden, all these liberals are for big pharma. Everyone was against big tech until the government under Joe Biden utilized big tech, and then everyone was pro big tech until Trump got reelected. And then everyone was against big tech again. It's almost like you stand for nothing. It's almost like you stand for nothing. I'll never understand any of this. The same way I don't understand why Stephen Colbert is writing a new Lord of the Rings movie. I don't understand that. Stephen Colbert has never been good at anything except for pretending that he's conservative. And he was really, really good at that. But he's never been good at anything else. He wasn't funny when he was on Who's Line. He was probably one of the least funny people on The Daily Show, especially for his generation. Albeit he was funnier when he was on The Daily Show than anyone before Jon Stewart, when it was Craig Kilborn, I think, and anyone after his generation. Anything on Trevor Noah or currently. But yeah, like Target. Target never cared for or against. They only cared what got more people in the stores. I will never understand how people can flip-flop on what their ideals are just based on what gives you the most power. I don't like it when conservatives do it. I don't like it when the left does it. You need to hold true to whatever your values are. I do not care. But you need to get you a code, and you need to stick to it. Now, learning, growing, sure. But flip-flopping like John Kerry, the only man to ever make George W. Bush look intelligent, it astounds me.
Really good as messaging. Why should you be... Did she just say, can you play it again? She say, perfect the way you are. I love you exactly the way... What is it that she said?
Something like that, yeah.
Happy Pride to all of our wonderful families and friends. This month and every month I celebrate you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are.
Okay, pause.
To those who are going to
or end it. I'm so glad you're exactly who you are, little Jeffrey Dahmer. It's such a stupid thing. No, if you're a parent, she's not. She wants to be the parent to your children. We'll get to her policy support with Mom Donnie in a second. She's not a parent. As a parent, you let your kids know that you love them, obviously, no matter what. But I'm so happy that you are just the way you are is a horrible message. Is a horrible message for children. Used to be, think of the Davy and the dog. Well, you shouldn't lie, Davy. Well, you shouldn't yell at your mom, Davy. Yeah, let's teach kids
God, I actually remember that shit.
You are a work in progress. It's a binary decision. And the reason that you've been put in this position is because of people like Miss Rachel and the people who control public schooling. Their message, they've decided, is affirmation above all else.
Yeah.
What if there are problems? You don't want to affirm the problems. A parent affirms the child. Your job as an educator or your job outside of the family is literally to encourage better behavior and nothing else. So either affirm or teach correct. Which one is more loving and which one do you think has better results for the child and society? It sounds good on a bumper sticker. It's a bad message. As Christians, we are not told, I'm so glad that you are exactly the way you are right now. Your job as a father is directly comparable to God. He's a loving father. He loves you. He wants you to come back home. He wants you to have a relationship with him. He also has boundaries, and he'll let you know if you're screwing up and give you the guide on how to stop screwing up. But you don't get to keep screwing up
and
hang out with him. That's not allowed in his house. That's your job as a parent. Now, you're just perfect just the way you are. Hooray need for cutting off breasts, top surgery, so it goes even deeper than just the gay stuff.
And especially, look, I'm all for being who you are, 100%. When I was young, and this is in the 90s, mind you, we had people that we knew were gay. We had people that we knew, liked to dress up as the opposite. We had one person so convincing that nobody knew for like 2 or 3 years. But as far as being taught, should it be welcomed? Of course. Should it be accepted? Of course. It's getting to the point where people, the hand has been overplayed so much that you've gone beyond openness. Like 10 years ago, perfect time. And I don't agree with the way that Obama legalized gay marriage. It shouldn't have been done in the Supreme Court level. There should have been legislation passed. And this is my biggest thing. We need to pass legislation for a lot of these things. We cannot rely on stacking the judicial or giving the president powers that he really doesn't need. And all parties are guilty of this shit. George W. Bush was given extra executive power. Obama was given extra executive power. Trump was given extra executive power. Biden used all that power to the point where between Trump and Biden, there's just executive orders canceling everything that the last person did. And all this shit should have been done through the legislative. Yes, it takes for fucking ever. Start with an executive order and then move to legislation. And while they're legislating it, see how it works out. This whole politics thing, the two-party system, it's corrosive. It should be about the balance, but it's not. It's about winning elections, and that's it. The only person that wins is the politician. We never win. My entire life, we've been trying to legalize weed, and it's mostly popular. Mostly. Weed is still not federally legal, and the only person to ever mention taking it off Schedule 1 is Trump. And it's because we keep doing half measures or something that the next person can just wave away. These people don't care about you. If Obama actually cared about the... what's the name of the people? DACA. The DACA recipients. The dreamers. There it is. Then he would have pushed for legislation. He would have done more than something that someone else can just sign away. And yes, you can do that in the legislative too. But it takes a lot more to break a law or to end the law in Congress. And also all these omnibus packages to where they'll name it something really cool and they'll be like, oh, the Republicans or the Democrats didn't want to do this thing that gives free bubble gum to everybody. Don't you like free bubble gum? What does the other side hate so much about free bubble gum? Like I know there's no laws like that, but that's basically it. Like everyone's just like, oh, I like bubble gum. I like free shit. Why don't that other party like this thing that I like so much? They must hate me personally. And it's not the case most time. I mean, it is the case most time because all those people, once they become elected, they don't see the rest of us as people. They see us as pawns to further their own agendas and careers.
Miss Rachel,
I've ranted long enough.
A moral relativist piece of shit.
Just a small. I love how she said God bless in there as well. I'm like, wait a minute. How can you put these two things together? First of all, how can you put littles and this together? Because I don't know if you know her audience, Miss Rachel. It's not young kids, very young kids.
Right.
Very young kids, and you're talking about these subjects. Seriously?
Not just talking about these subjects, pushing them.
Yes.
Pushing them as though they're not even subjects to be discussed. If your child grows up with this kind of content, they will assume, of course, top surgery is great, and of course, ICE is bad, and of course, there should be no borders. It's just a more severe version. I remember as a kid, though, did you have this in your class? The We Are the World and the different flags and holding hands? And I just remember looking at one flag I just learned about. I'm like, isn't that where they were, like, they just had a massacre, like genocide, because they have slavery? Could have been Uganda, whatever it was at that point.
Yeah.
Like, how do we link arms with that?
It's a problem.
This isn't just like a business deal where let's let bygones be bygones. These are fundamentally incompatible. So if Miss Rachel is advocating for you to bring in cultures and values that are incompatible with yours, what does that mean? She expects you to compromise and abandon yours. And if she can't get you, she'll get your kids. It's nice, though. She plays 3 chords on a guitar. If you thought this is just
I mean, if she learns the 4th one, the 4 right chords could make you cry.
She's been actively political. She was on Mamdani's inaugural committee. And of course, don't try and make sense of it outside of communism, outside of Marxism. You go, how could someone who is supporting top surgery, and how could they be on board with Islam? None of it makes sense. It's just Marxism, oppressor, oppressed. That's all it is. They just want to break down social norms and us to have no mores value-wise as a society. Here she is in 2026 singing Wheels on the Bus with noted socialist communist Mamdani. And that man thinks it's more offensive to utter an Islamic or anti-Islamic slur than to throw a bomb at innocent people in New York City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These people.
And by the way, an Islamic terrorist, again, we covered this about a week ago, threw a bomb. And yes, I agree, Jake, whatever, is a gaping douchebag. The guy that was protesting Mamdani. He's a douchebag. But someone threw a bomb at him and then threw another bomb. And then they tried to make it seem like that guy's people, the Jake conservative douchebag, like his people were throwing the bombs at Mamdani's house because he's Muslim, when it was Islamic terrorists doing it. You can't make this shit up.
People are going to be spending a lot of time with your kids. By the way, they collaborated to push for taxpayer-subsidized childcare in New York City. Hey, anyone want to bet that taxpayer-subsidized childcare is going to involve some Miss Rachel content? I can tell you a little inside baseball. I did the first gig was the brain on this show, Arthur, on PBS. A lot of people don't realize. In the 90s, it was actually the only family show that was top 10. It was like Friends, Seinfeld. Arthur was like number 4, number 6. You know why? Massive contracts in the educational industry. It's a huge industry. There are trade shows for it. Back then it was CD-ROMs, courses. These people are going to be showing your kids content. You think it's more likely that the mayor in charge of that might veer them toward the content of the person who collaborated and endorsed them? You're not there. Good news is Miss Rachel and her degenerate sidekick will be. It's fun. The kids just like the show. And if you say that as a parent, you also like Miss Rachel are a piece of shit. I think I missed my own beep.
Ooh. No, you got it. It's close enough.
And finally, this is another one so that you guys see the through line. Wherever you line up, of course, Apex can go screw themselves with a wire brush. No, Miss Rachel actually really just, if you watch her consistently, she dislikes Jews. She actually appeared with a Hamas sympathizer. I'll give you the references. This is not just hyperbole. Motaz Aziza in a video on social where your kids, if they have social, they shouldn't likely follow her.
Hi, friends. What's
Oh,
the
my
letter
God.
of the day?
It's M. Hi, Miss Rachel.
Hi, yes, it's M from my friend Motaz. Yay!
Oh, my God.
It's M for murder. It's M for my 72 virgins.
Jeez.
Aziza made quite a few posts, by the way. Put quite a few posts out there praising the October 7th attacks directly. Directly. Okay?
And this is one of the main reasons that I'm not a fan of Miss Rachel. Because she doesn't care. She doesn't. Because she's just like any other hard leftist. Any other world elite who the only thing that they care about is people make more money than they do. They don't care about American suffering. And this is a branch off of what I used to complain about as far as Angelina Jolie. She'll adopt orphans from other countries. There are kids in this country who have no families. she can't adopt any of them. There are kids who aren't white. There are Asian kids because she's adopted kids from Asia in America with no families who need to be adopted. We're adopting people from other countries. Like, yes, the kids in America live better than the kids in those countries. But if you really cared about suffering, you would try to uplift people who are suffering in your own country, quote unquote suffering in your own country, instead of bringing other people here to make you feel better so that the people in this country who are already poor can start to get poorer.
Also, I believe this was in 2025, Miss Rachel refused to work with anyone who has not spoken about Gaza. And by that, I mean shared her exact perspective on Gaza. Hey, hold on a second. This lady has the mayor's ear. This lady is pushing for policy in the biggest city in the country. How much you want to bet that refusing to work with anyone means boxing them out, means a blacklist?
Yeah.
Ever wonder why children's content seems to lean one way politically? Ever wonder why over 80% of public educators
Hey, thanks for the
donate
follow.
exclusively to the Democrat Party? 94 out of all higher education, by the way, 94 out of $100. Every $100 goes directly to the Democrat Party. It's like 83 across education overall. Think that's natural? Think that's natural? Think it's just an accident? Or do you think
Oh,
people...
Miss
now think
Rachel
Miss Rachel
deleted
make
her
her
account. That's
an
pretty funny.
administrator, make her a principal, make her the head of the teachers union with sway. Anyone want to guess that you can find any daylight between Miss Rachel's points of view and the people in charge of your kids for 8 or, if she had her way, 10 hours a day? She also liked this Instagram post that read, "Free America from the Jews."
Oh, man. Hey. On the nose there.
No, I know. Someone will have an argument or whatever contextually. The point is there is a pattern of behavior, and even on this one, she apologized in the most lazy way because she got some more blacklisting to get onto.
So I thought I deleted a comment and I accidentally hit like and hide. I don't know how or why I've accidentally.
Miss Rachel just wanted to let you know that there's a comment under your latest post that says "Free America from the Jews," that says "liked by author." I'm sure that's an accident, so just wanted to let you know. Deleted. How horrible. Oh wait, let me check.
I liked comments before it happens. Like, I'm a human who makes mistakes. I would never agree with an anti-Semitic thing like the comment.
But you did.
It is okay to be human, and it's okay to make mistakes. And I'm old, so I am not as good
But you still dress like a toddler.
with
And you talk like a toddler.
touching things online, I guess.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. Good
Yeah, I
with
don't
touching
either.
things
That's
in real
weird.
life. Also, just think of the change of that phrase. It seems like a small thing. It's okay to make mistakes. That is not the same as what we have been traditionally taught. Everyone makes mistakes. By its very definition, it's not okay. It's a setback. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person, but your job as a parent is to ensure that the mistake doesn't keep happening. It's the difference between committing a sin and living perpetually in sin. It's okay to make mistakes. It's actually not. Everyone does it. We should do it less. That is the job of an educator. Hey, you made a mistake grammatically. Hey, you made a mistake with math. Let's try and make sure that you don't continue to make those mistakes. Carry the one, capitalize the letter. Instead, it's, I am so glad that you are exactly how you are right now, and it's okay to make mistakes. This lady is pushing for educational policy, and we have lower literacy rates or math proficiency rates despite having more access to information than ever throughout all of human history, ever. I guess the problem is the access to information with children is access to people like Miss Rachel. What a piece of sh**. Oh, you're still here.
Completely agree. And speaking of pieces of shit, this is one of those issues right here that I don't know which side I'm on. Okay, look. This guy. Don't park like this. Even if you're all the way in the back, but if you're in the middle to the front, don't park like this. Your car is not that nice, and if you can't actually park something, don't buy anything this large. Okay? You're a self-important asshole. That being said, now this is funny. And I'm okay with it a little more because it's on the window, but this is pretty funny. These I like better right here. 100%. As long as you put one of these on there. But this one I would have put probably on the back window. Just right there in the corner where he might not see it. But the next one's the one that irritates me a little bit. One, this is the same truck. Okay, that's a bit excessive. A bit excessive. This, and look, because it's the same truck as the other two were on, apparently, sure, whatever. But don't put it directly on the paint. I don't care if they say it's, eggshell, so it'll scrape off or whatever. Don't put anything on the paint, even if it's dirty and shitty like this. That's just extra. Because then that could be some kind of charge for you. Put it on the bumper. Right here. 100%. You might have to throw a little water on the bumper or else it'll fall right off. But, I mean, let's face it, his whole truck's dirty. Like mine. But and that's funny. You could do that, sure. And this right here, fuck you. Okay, like I said, don't put stickers on the paint. The glass, sure. The bumper, sure. But the paint, unless it's one of those cars that have painted bumpers, which I hate. But on trucks, you're usually good with that. That one's the one that I like. Especially. Because these guys got to learn. The bumper sticker banner strikes again. Which, and again, I respect it. My hat's off to you for the most part, except please don't put stuff over the painted areas. Put them on the back window, preferably somewhere where they don't obstruct vision. Okay, we want people to be safe, but we want them to be less asshole-ish. So. But wasn't that fun? But let's see here. One more thing. Newsom put stuff like this, the reality of the fact it did happen underneath there. Oh God, Steven Crowder. And just like Skyline Husky says, show me one example where J.K. Rowling said anything like kill every trans person. Look, just because someone disagrees with your lifestyle does not mean that they hate you. As long as they aren't actively going after you, it's okay. Okay. Modern art does not exist. And anything that looks like this is for dipshit rich kids who think that they're talented. Because everyone always tells them how talented they are. Even though it just looks like Michael J. Fox fell on a canvas after drenching himself in paint. But this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and what's going on there? I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this down here. So people always tell Stuttering Craig, you've changed. But here's a clip from 2013, and I've watched this guy for a long time. I used to love watching the original side scrollers here.
Go ahead. They have Clemens University.
And this is about when I started noticing this stuff too.
Yeah, sorry. Clemson University.
Clemens University.
Oh, Clemens! Clemson University. Y'all heard of it before?
Actually, no. I just saw it in the doc and read it correctly because.
Yeah. Well, dyslexia is a pain. I don't need to be that PC about it because I don't care. So.
No, you're just saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Let's go look at this stuff over
what
here.
We got? Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They have a taco night or a maximum Mexican
tacos.
night.
Maximum Mexican
on
night?
Wednesday nights.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
I mean, maximum
and
Mexican.
it's a cafeteria. It's a cafeteria event. That's their Wednesday night. It's maximum Mexican night, right?
Okay.
That sounds great. Was somebody offended? Please tell me someone was offended.
God dang it!
So
you guys every week you guys are just gonna bring in. This is turning into not what stupid people are. It's
Well,
just
Greg,
how
we just
stupid
have to see.
everybody is.
We have to just see how far it goes until you break.
I'll flip this table.
So, 2 complaining students use the hashtag CU culturally insensitive, but with the CU because it's Clemson. Anyway, so yeah, clever hashtag to report their campus about all the shit because they thought it was extremely racist that they were serving them in a non-culturally accurate method, and apparently one of the chefs wore a sombrero and that was excessively racist, and they claimed that the
It's a hat.
tacos were.
Now, if he had that mustache and was talking like this, then of course, sure.
An unfavorable light on their culture.
I can almost guarantee you this is a white person that wrote what he's reading.
The fucking tacos.
That's $1. That's $1.
Mexican food. This is so fucking stupid.
So one of the main one is a picture of the cafeteria worker wearing a sombrero, and the caption said, "Our culture isn't a costume, and we will not be mocked."
Good God.
By the way, this is probably someone who may be quarter Mexican at most, who doesn't probably speak Spanish.
Even I'm.
So yeah.
Okay. The sombrero is not that bad. It's a hat. It's a type of hat.
And this is South Carolina, so it's pretty middle America.
When you go to Mexico, you literally see people wearing those hats. If I go to San Antonio right now, I will see people who are Mexican, not Mexican-American, Mexican in those hats. I swear to God.
I believe it's Hispanic, Craig.
No, they are from Mexico. They are Mexican.
Mexican?
That is not.
You want to get a McMexican? It's a
racist.
taco. It's a taco meal.
Unless you were
McDonald's.
speaking of Irish Mexicans.
At all.
Anyways,
I get it, but it's just a hat. But Craig, now it's like that thing. It's like they can wear it.
Someone might be offended.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying. It's not a costume, Craig.
You're not a costume.
Is the Mexican hat the new N-word? Is that what we're doing here? Is that what we're doing here?
Yeah, man. What's up, my sombrero?
Yeah.
I like Giles'
No,
story in the chat.
it's a Mexican
wow, that's the tamest racism I've ever heard of. Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, no, here we go. No.
Anyways,
okay, I'm sorry, Craig, but in Mexico we don't use those hats.
I'm not saying everybody runs around in Mexico wearing those hats. I'm also saying not everybody in Texas runs around with cowboy hats and boots and shoots up at the OK Corral. I'm not saying that's what happens.
We
I'm just
see a
saying
few
it does
people like
happen.
that.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Because I've been there.
You see them in Arkansas too.
Yeah, and way too many people have died from shooting up at the OK Corral.
Yeah. Heroin. So it's and this is one thing though. I do just want to pinpoint a little thing in the.
I just got to say, as an old school fan, most of y'all probably don't care about this, but I miss the 3 of these guys doing this show together. I know y'all might not find this interesting, but I used to love this shit. It's one of the things I watched when I was in the military that no one else but me seemed to like, and then I watched them when I got out of the military, and they got me through some tough times. All 3 of these guys, and even Bolden's fucking.
Just because there's a whole bunch of crap, and they apologize, obviously. And
who apologized? The school.
The
Why?
Vice
they
president.
serve tacos.
Vice president of student affairs.
For what?
For serving tacos.
Serve tacos, Sam.
And the future University Housing and Dining
Well, in the
welcomes
future,
the
they'll
opportunity
think
to work
twice
with
about
Hispanic and
serving
Latino campus
tacos.
groups, as well as community members, staffs, and faculty to better celebrate the food and culture of this region and better educate the Clemson community.
They served tacos.
I know.
That's not racist.
It is when you call it maximum Mexican, and then the guy wears the sombrero hat apparently.
The next time somebody serves hot dogs and hamburgers, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I mean, what if they wore an apron?
Gabriel Iglesias is maximum Mexican.
Okay,
Let me. No. I've been trying to get this one out for a while.
Fine.
That's what she said.
So, yeah, right.
Get it out.
Anyway, so, one of their things in the letter, the vice president's letter is the mission of university housing and dining to create supportive and challenging environments that enrich and nourish lives. I would just like to ask them, why is your housing department supposed to create a challenging environment? Like, just saying alive shouldn't be challenging, you idiots. Like, that's so stupid.
Agreed.
Anyways,
Agreed.
you can go on yours.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Craig, what if you were in another country? Okay, or, and you're there, even if you were born there and you were raised there, but you had a very fierce United States background heritage.
Yeah, I do. I love America.
Right, love America.
Eagles, guns.
Now,
you know what? I don't have an eagle in my backyard.
No, but what if they did like American Day and they're just serving like French fries, burgers, and then the guy, let's say this is an Asian country, and there's a very small Asian man dressed in a gigantic white person fat suit.
I would think that's hilarious.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Because I'm not a giant pussy. How's that? Right? Because I think that stereotypes are funny because there's truth in stereotypes. I'm just saying.
Again,
they're making tacos. They're serving tacos. Be pissed at Taco Bell. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, not your freaking food service. Get out of here.
Pretty soon, Taco Bell will be renaming their menu. There's no longer be tacos served. There will be tortilla crescents.
Oh, and for God's sakes, don't call it a Mexican pizza because that's just offending everybody. That's not a pizza or Mexican.
I fucking miss the three of these guys together. I hate that they don't like each other anymore. Well, these two went with current day politics for the most part. And I hate that they can't be friends because of that. Because Craig's gone a little more political these days. And he doesn't really say anything too much further than this on his current channel. He's currently reactivated side scrollers. And they talk about video game stuff, and then they also talk about politics and whatever's happening in the world. And just... I'll never understand that. Hey, I love this thing. Real quick, we'll end with this.
Out of this.
All right.
So apparently she actually hit this trick shot. And the only reason I believe it is because of this face right here. See? Right there. And then she composes herself.
I believe that finishes the game, Mr. Petrie. Play another one, Rob.
I promise. Just finish this one.
Just this one?
I love Mary Tyler Moore. Sorry. But yeah, anyway. I know this has been a bit more of a harsh show for the most part. I really like that story about little Tink. And, well, not Tink, but the little guy that killed his friend. It's horrible. But you're just like, wow, you can be anything. And I miss the original Screw Attack crew. The OGs. I know Death Battle's still going, and I know Sam and Chad and Ben are still with Death Battle. But, God, I just miss Screw Attack. They were great. I know they just did top 10 lists and a few little video essays, but good times, guys. But old Static Shock. Someday we'll get a good comic or we'll get a good movie or anything involving you. Because they basically handed your power set over to Black Lightning, and he is inferior. I'm sorry. Static is where it's at. But that's all we've got for today, guys. I very much appreciate everyone for stopping by. Sorry I didn't get to do the stream last night. I had a horrible migraine all day yesterday. Today, I'm going to wear glasses to work. I'm not going to wear contacts. So hopefully tonight, I'll be able to come home and hop on and probably finish. But that being said, guys, I've been Alpha Animus. You guys have been awesome.